the live stream, and if you're new to the channel, you need to go to the live section of this channel to get all my recent videos. Okay, so watch the last 7-8 months of recent videos to get caught up under the live section. Okay, and in this video, because I told you I was predicting a couple of things to happen on January 8th and January 10th because of Elvis's birthday on January 8th, and then I told you January 10th connected also because of the numerical stuff, and it happened exactly like I said it would. I mean, I didn't say what events would happen. I just said something connecting to this Elvis puzzle, and it did. But here's a story. I'm going to show you a story that they hid from us till the next day. They didn't cover it on the day it happened on the mainstream news. They waited till because I think January 10th was a Sunday or Saturday, and then Sunday they didn't mention it. I just heard about it I think on Sunday night, and then this morning also. Yeah, it was this morning also, right? So it was yesterday and this morning, but they waited. They didn't say it on the day it happened. It was just weird. They didn't mention it, but and if they did, I sure didn't see it on any of the news stories. And but maybe you guys did, and I just might have missed it. But But before I show you that video of what they again a connection to, I believe Elvis, and you can decide on that. Um, so before I show you that, let me show you this. It's something that I've shown years ago. Do you know that Elvis? You know he's part um, on his mama's side. His mother was a mother. His his on his mother's side, he had a little bit of Jewish in him on his mama's side, you know, and Gladys, and which of course I was talking about in those videos, you know, and so in Israel, because it's the Holy Land, right? You know, not the there's not holy people over there, but the Holy Land I'm talking about. All right. So the Holy Land, I told you it has this gold looking statue. Obviously, it's not gold, but look, it's an Elvis Presley statue in Israel. Okay. And this statue, this abomination, look how big this thing is. Okay. All right. You see how tall it is? You know, because of the pedestal it stands on, whatever the hell. Okay. And it looks gold, right? But it's not. And look how it looks like it's got wings right there. You see that? It looks like a crown or bat wings. Because, you know, Elvis wears wings. I mean, he wears a cape in concert, you know, like he's Superman, you know, and, or Batman, you know, a strange bat, you know, look at those, like, rabbit ears. Remember the rabbit? Remember I always tell you guys about the rabbit in that stupid video, you know? And anyway, what this monstrosity, okay? First of all, you got to ask yourself, why is there a gold looking statue of Elvis in the Holy Land? By the way, I revealed that 6 years ago, 6 years ago. But what I'm saying is, why is there? Why do they have that there? There's nobody else with a gold looking statue there, you know. and and millions of people make a pilgrimage to that place. When they go to see where Jesus walked, they also go there, the tours that do the tours of where Jesus walked. They go to where the Elvis Diner is. The whole restaurant is it's a restaurant with a gold statue out there, a gold looking statue. Everything in the restaurant's Elvis. I mean, think about that. I mean, talk about if that isn't you know, idol worship, then tell me what it is. I'm talking about, why are they doing that? This supposed holy land, you know? I mean, holy people. It's a holy land, but holy people? I don't think so. All right. But so you have that over there, right? And then, of course, you had this monstrosity, Ronald McDonald McJesus. Hold on. You remember this thing I always show you guys? That see this? Okay. Why did they do this? This was in Israel. Okay. And hundreds were protesting this when it came out, but obviously it was purposely done. But what the point I'm trying to make is that they took out the name Donald McDonald and put Jesus, because I told you Trump is the Antichrist in the flesh, because they're copying what Jesus did, because Jesus was God in the flesh, and he rose from the dead, right? It was crucified. That's why they're saying Trump is going to be crucified and rise from the dead, right? I've shown this already many times over the years, okay? And, they put Ronald McDonald on the cross, you see, and he kind of has like looks like a little blood stain on his head, I mean, it could be his hair, but it looks like, you know what I mean, right there. But anyway, the point is, and he's wearing a red tie, kind of, it looks like. All right. But this was in Israel. I'm trying to find if they, if they can, if they say it. See, they're even talking about people are throwing these things over there. I don't want to say that word. Let's see if this one says where it is. I'm just trying to get, to make him say that it was in. I can't even get them to say it. Oh, here it is. See? Now, what I'm saying is they took out the Donald and put Jesus. Because they're telling you Donald is playing the part of Jesus. And that's why Trump's dad, which I was the first one to reveal that in the truth community 10 years ago. What is Trump's father's full name?
Donald's father was Frederick Christ Trump, also known as Fred Trump.
So
he was
Frederick
a real estate
Christ Trump.
Born in New York City.
Who was Frederick Christ Trump's mother? Look, her name is Elizabeth Christ, right? Elizabeth Christ Trump. That's her name, Christ. All right. I know you're seeing everything backwards, just like my hand. My hand, this is my right hand, but you're seeing, it looks like this is my left hand, but I'm right-handed. And that's why you're seeing everything backwards. But anyway, so that, like I said, I was the first one to reveal all this stuff 10 years ago, all right, in the truth community. Now, of course, everybody's showing it. And, but the point I'm trying to make is it's Elvis and Trump being worshipped in the Holy Land. Trump is worshipped there. And don't make me play the videos, okay? Which I'm gonna do now that I think of it, because I'm gonna get to what I was about this video. I haven't even gotten to it yet. What they showed. Hold on, let me. Super. Okay, here it is. I just want you to hear this one part. Listen. Trump takes a stand. That's the whole thing. Is the song is called Super Trump. Okay, the whole video, the whole video is about Trump, but they're saying how he's their savior. He's Jerusalem's prince, Super Trump. To the sky he will reach. Hallelujah from the city of Zion. For our Lord fights like a lion. Can you believe this, man? Yeah. Anyway, so the point I'm trying to make it those were Israeli kids singing that about Trump, you know. Anyway, I've shown all this stuff already. The reason I'm showing you this now is because of I just wanted you to I wanted to add something to this short video because it's a ridiculous video. Why I'm bringing it up. So what happened? There was before I show you that, let me show you a numerical equation real quick. Hold on. So I want you to see that the name Elvis, besides equaling water, Elvis equals exactly the word water. It equals exactly the word reset. Elvis equals water. Elvis equals reset. And how did God reset the earth? With water. Okay? And so let me just show you what Elvis equals. Then I'm going to show you what this equals. And then tell you with a story. Okay, here it comes. So Elvis... Anyone got in late, you have to watch the whole video from the beginning. So Elvis, his numbers equal 67, 22, 68, 32 backwards. And that's exactly what water and reset equal, right? But what the reason I'm showing you this is because look what it also equals real quick. It also equals the word, see, it's the same numbers. What does it equal? The word arson. Okay, so arson, and it also equals sonar, like something from the sea, you know, sonar, S-O-N-A-R. But right now we're looking at arson. Why am I bringing up this arson event? because what state was Elvis born in?
Elvis was born in Mississippi. He was born on January 8th, 1935. He later moved to Memphis, Tennessee when he...
Where was Elvis born?
Elvis was born in Tupelo, Mississippi.
Mississippi, okay? He was born in Mississippi. Forget the Tupelos. I've already shown what that is. I'm not here to show you every little information here. We know he's born in Tupelo. Tupelo is important, but I'm not going to show you why right now. But Mississippi, okay? Was there a Jewish synagogue vandalized on January 10th? He doesn't want to speak. I'll just show it. See, yes, a Jewish synagogue in Jackson, Mississippi. Look, he's got the sun in his, see it? Mississippi was heavily damaged by an arson Saturday, January 10th. I told you something was going to happen, right? Now, why? So remember, arson equals Elvis. And it was January 10th. And I told you that it was 2 days after Elvis, something would happen too. So you have that, and it was at a Jewish synagogue, okay? It was the Beth Israel congregation, okay? And what was interesting about, it also, that same synagogue, was the Beth Israel synagogue attacked by the KKK in 1967? So that same synagogue was B-O-M-B-E-D. You see it? B-O-M-B, like Obama. You understand what I'm saying? Anyway, in 1967, and you know Elvis equals 67. I just showed you that. Arson equals 67. But it was in 67, right? and it was the same it was the same synagogue, and it's got the KKK 33. 11, 11, 11 is 33. KKK is equals 33, right? And what else? I mean, I could show you what those things equal, but I'm not going to get into that. Just the fact that it happened in Jackson, but they caught the suspect. Suspect's name in the Beth Israel Synagogue arson on January 10th. Let's find out. Look at this. Hearing set for Madison County. So you have, it was at Jackson and now it's Madison County. Okay, let's see the guy's name. Unreal, right? Let's see the guy's name. Oh, man, come on, man. Look at his name. Look at that name. Stephen Spencer Pittman. He's got the man in his name. I told you the man and the son is the code for all their ridiculous stories. Okay? So it's Jackson area, Madison, Jackson, Madison, Pittman. It's got the pit, man. The pit, the pit, the pit. You know what I'm saying? Are you guys getting what I'm showing? Are you guys getting what I'm showing there? If anyone's not getting that, is anyone getting that or no? All right, for the people who are new, you're not going to understand. Those are the codes in all their unbelievable stories, if you know what I'm saying. Okay? Okay, so again, it was an Elvis connection. That's my point. Because he was born there, And the guy was yelling, the synagogue of Satan, the suspect. He was yelling the synagogue of Satan. And of course, we don't, here on this channel, we don't think like that about those people. Those Jews are like lovely, lovely people. We just can't say enough praises about those people. Anyway, so what am I about to show now? So remember, I was telling you the two if you watch this video and the last two videos, then you'll know what I'm talking about in this video. Because I was predicting something might happen January 8th, January 10th, and I told you anything that comes before the days and after the days, it counts. So basically, it was 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, the dates. 7th day, 8th day, 9th day, 10th day, 11th day. And all of those days, there was something, right? Because it started with that George Floyd, not George Floyd, but the Minneapolis story that just happened over there, where the lady was killed by ICE, supposedly. But so anyway, let me just show you the 110 connection. This, because it was the date 110. But watch this. This is the part I left out. Okay, there's one part that I left out, but I want to show you. All right, because I have it in another video. I have a detailed things about everything I showed you in this video. I've shown in other places. Oh, and I forgot to mention that David Bowie, because right before he died, because he died on 110. January 10th, he died. 110, which I'm telling you. And he was born on Elvis's birthday, 1/8. So there's another 1/8 and 110 connection. But the reason I'm bringing that up is because I told you David Bowie's last album was Black Star, and Elvis was the Black Star because of his Hollywood Walk of Fame. He was the only one with the Black Star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And he has 2 stars, but one of them doesn't say his name anymore. They moved it. But anyway, you have to watch my video on the connection with me and Neo. I mention all that in that video under the live stream. So the last album came out on 1/8 called Black Star. It's exactly the Black Star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So they're telling you it's Elvis. It's not David Bowie. They're telling you the Black Star because Elvis had a song called Flaming Star and a movie called Flaming Star. That was originally Black Star, it was called. Okay? And he has the Black Star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. But anyway, so you have the David Bowie connection, okay? Go watch that Neo video with me and Neo on the thumbnail. When I say Neo, Keanu Reeves. The video is called When Two Worlds Collide or something like that under the live section. Anyway, so this is what I wanted to show you that I didn't show, connecting to the 110. Oops, where am I? Oh, yeah. So here, look. So you know God equals 26, right? And we're in the year 26 right now. So the word God equals 26. So that's very important. So that's why when Elvis turned 26, okay, I just want to show you this real quick. Like I said, I have a detailed connections with this. I'm not going to explain it all here. It's like so much information. All right. But in the year 1961 is when Elvis turned 26. And that was the year Trump turned 15. And the letter O is the 15th letter of the alphabet. And Obama was 0 years old that day, that year. So you have the 15, which is the O. The letter O is the 15th letter of the alphabet. So it's Elvis with his crowns. Okay. Now, but here's the thing. And right now, Obama is 64 years old, but he's going to be 65 on August 4th, which is the day Trump gets his head wound. But it goes from 64 to 65 that day. But look, it has to happen, I'm telling you, during this moment, okay? Why am I getting these text messages, man? Stupid YouTube. I mean, anyway, so that's why this 64 is so important. And I was born that year too. So Elvis's age, this is where it starts from, okay? Because he turned 26, God right here. You know, they're God. And then you go down 27, 28, 29, and you get this, see? There's your 110, the 110, see? Okay? And I told you that's why it's so important, the 110. Okay? And Trump and Obama, they become 66 years and 6 years. So you had to have the 666 and the 110 together. Okay? You understand? That's why it has to happen at this moment for the June 11th event. Because you have the word twin. Twin equals 66. And what do you have left? You have the 6 and the 11 with a crown. Do you understand? So you have the word twin equals 66. And then you have the 6, and then you have the 6 and the 11 with a crown. And 110. And how many floors was on the Twin Towers? 110. And what does twin equal? 66, right? Look, 66 and 110, see? Trump, 66 and 110, Elvis. 66, 110. And how old was Elvis that day? 66 years. And when is Trump going to get his head wound? On 8/4. So in the twin tower, and why is it important? Because Elvis had an identical twin that died at birth, and Trump is the replacement twin. Trump is the ritual satanic birth of Trump, okay? Happened because Elvis's twin was sacrificed at birth. They needed the second body because they were copying what God did. When God was in heaven, Jesus was God in the flesh. God was still in heaven as the Father. Okay? So that's what they're copying. Do you understand? Is there anyone here who doesn't understand what I just showed, man? Twin equals 66. The Twin Towers collapsed. Elvis had an identical twin. 110 floors, 66. 66, 110. So it already happened, the 9/11. Now you're going to have the next 9/11, which is 6/11. Okay? It has to happen at this point. It has to. Unfortunately for everyone in Washington State, you can't stop biblical prophecy from happening. It's literally the biblical beast out of the sea event. It's the biblical beast out of the sea. And it says the beast that rises out of the sea, one of its heads seems to have had a mortal wound that healed, a deadly wound that was healed. And the world wondered after the beast. What better beast to get the head wound than Trump, who compares himself to Elvis every chance he gets? You know, that's what they're talking about. Trump is playing the part of Jesus, God in the flesh. Jesus is God in the flesh, and they're copying what Jesus did, which is they're going to crucify him. He's going to rise from the dead, and then you have Elvis, who's in heaven. You know, he's obviously not in heaven. I mean, he's playing the part of God in heaven. Elvis and Trump are both going to burn in hell. You know, and you think I love Elvis as an entertainer. I was obsessed with him. He was my first obsession in life. So don't think that that I don't feel bad. It makes me sick thinking that somebody's going to be in internal suffering. You know, who'd want that for anyone? You don't want that on your worst enemy. You know, but but there has to be consequences for this kind of stuff. To go against God, you can't do that. And to try to be God, even forget about going against God. You're trying to be God. That's even worse. You know. Anyway, does anyone have any questions? Do me a favor, people. Can you thumb up the video and make sure you comment under the video? Come on, man, people. You're not doing it for me. You're doing it for that stupid crap algorithm that YouTube has. Anyway, like I said, all the things I showed you in this video, other than that Mississippi stupid fire, other than that, everything I've already shown on the video, and I go into details, great details, for the other stuff that I showed. I have so much 9/11 connection you can't even believe, you know. And what I just showed you with this thing, it's in there too. Oh, and one last thing. Someone reminded me I should show this to the people. My phone, why is it not working? Let me see if I even have. Let me show this last thing here. Just to show how, that weird coincidences. Well, something's wrong with my phone. It's not working. It's working super slow. I don't know. Let's see. If it comes up here. Wow, I can't find it. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay. So watch. Look. Let me show this. Because somebody in the chat was talking about this. That's why it brought, it reminded me I should show it. So, June, that's when this event is going to happen, on June 11th, okay? And I could show you many things connecting it, but I want to skip over and get to the real important thing that I want to show. So June is the 6th month, okay? Then the next time June comes around would be 12 months later. It would be the 18th month, okay? And Elvis died on 8/16, so those three numbers are already there in the numbers, okay? Now, Give me a second, man. I need to focus this. So then the next time, 12 months later, it would be the 30th month. 12 months later, it'd be the 42nd month. Elvis died at the age of 42. Washington's the 42nd state. Then the next one is the 54, 12 months later. Then 12 months later, it's 66. So the sixth number down in June is 66. 6 and 66, or 6 and 66, whichever way you want to see it. Okay, the word twin equals 66, and then we're talking about 6/11 and 6/14 is Trump's birthday. Look, 6/11 has June 11th is the 162nd day of the year. This is 126, but 162 is June 11th. So it's this 6th month. You understand? 6th month, 11th number down is got the numbers of 162, which is June 11th, or 216, which is August 4th. And then Trump's birthday, 6/14, the 6th month, 14th number down. Trump's birthday is 162. That's June 11th. You see? That is June 11th. And like I said, the 216th day of the year is August 4th, when Trump gets his head wound. Okay? So it all connects, and 6 times 14 is 84, and 84 is the 216th day of the year. But this is 162. June 11th is the 162nd day of the year. And that's why it has to connect. All of this connects to each other. 6/11, 6/14. But here's the key. So remember, all of these numbers is 12 months, 12 months, 12 months apart, right? So now you go all the way down. You're going all the way down to the month, through the month of June. Every 12 months, look what you get. At the 56th number down, okay? The 56th number down is 666, okay? So the 56th number down is 666. And do you know that if you add up every single number in this row, all the way down, every number starting from 6, add 6 plus 18 plus 30 plus 42 and so on, you add it up. Add up all those numbers in this row right here. Look what you're going to get if you add it up. You get 18816. Do you know what that is? 18816? That's Elvis's birth and his death. 18816. And it stops at 666. Can you believe this? I mean, can you believe it, man? At the 666 mark, it stops. Okay? Unbelievable. Okay? If you think that's a coincidence, and then I don't know what to tell you. There's no hope for you. You know what I mean? If you think these are just coincidences. The dude has a gold-looking statue in the Holy Land. Okay? And who is the only other one that's worshipped over there? Is Trump. So you have Elvis and Trump both being worshipped in Israel. You can't make this stuff up. Yeah. This is stuff I showed years ago. And I could show you more. It connects to the crown, those numbers too. The 50, I don't want to get into it. But there's so much to this puzzle, man. So, oh, and it even remember I was telling you how it was 66 years from Elvis's birth, and the word twin equals 66 to 9/11, and it was 110 floors, right? The towers, and the word twin equals 66. And what I just showed you with the June month chart, if you went from the first number, which was 6, to the 56th number. And why is that important? Because guess what 156 connection is? I don't even have any more pieces of paper left. I used them all up. Look, the letter O, which I told you guys is a crown or a portal or a womb, an egg, a ring. It's, the circle looks like a head, a face, a portal, a womb, a matrix, a ring, an egg. Okay? Look what it equals. And the only reason I'm showing, because I showed that with the 666 and the 110. That's why I got to show this now. So the first number was 6, and then the 56th number was 666 in the June month chart. And why is that important? Because 156, okay? So, see that? I lose it. I'm serious right now. Hold on, folks. I'm about ready to lose it. I'm serious. Every time I make one stupid mistake. My eyes are so bad that I can't even tell that I didn't highlight the numbers. So remember, it was 1 through 56. So 156, the 156 prime number is 911, you see? And remember, I just showed you that the word twin equals 66, and it was 110 floors, the buildings. You understand? And the 156 prime is 911, and the June month chart I told you was the first month was June, then the first number was 6, the 56th number down was 666. And so it's 156, get it? And the crown equals 156, 15, and then the reduced number 6, the letter O. 1 plus 5 is 6. That's what it is. And when did it happen, 9/11? In 2001. See, 2, 2, 1. If you take out the zeros, it's 2, 1. See? So it's basically the 156 prime is 9/11, 156, 9/11, and it happened in 2001. 2, 1. Get it? You know what I mean? Anyway, so I was just connecting it to this, because of the 156 connection, plus that, plus whatever else I showed a little while ago. And of course, I told you that twin equals 66, and from Elvis's birth to 9/11 was 66 years. I know it's convoluted. That's why I told you. That's why when you show too much in a video, you convolute the whole thing. But for the most part, you understand what I'm saying. So that's all that matters, Okay? Anyway. So I'll stay on another few minutes here. Anybody have any questions? Repeat them now because I didn't look at the chat. Yeah, I know. It's supposed to be a short video, but it ended up being already 40 minutes, And I'm going to stay on another 10, 15 minutes just to see if anyone else has anything to say. I'm not going to go through all the connections with Elvis. That would take 10 days. I'm serious. 24 hours a day I could go with the connections. Yeah. Anyway, so like I said, if you're new to the channel, make sure you watch the live section of this channel. That's where all my videos are. My recent videos are. The live section. Is there anyone new here who doesn't understand the theory that I'm putting out? That Elvis is the real Antichrist and Trump is the image of the Antichrist in the flesh. Anyway, I forgot to tell you guys. I told everyone the last two live streams I did but I took them down. But most of the people already heard the story. I had a dream last night, and I never have dreams, and I hate. Anytime people talk about their dreams, I turn it off. It's nonsense, all right? Because they have nothing to back it up with. But I have 10 years of research to back it up. And for the first time, I had one of those dreadful dreams. And the only time I ever had a dream, I had one dream about that stupid Trump. I never even had a dream about Elvis. And all, you know what I mean? Never. All this time I've been talking about Elvis, never had a dream about the dude. You know? So I had that one dream about Trump I told you guys about. Let me just put that out there. It's the stupidest dream ever. Before I tell you the real important dream that I just had this morning. Okay? So you remember when Trump came out of the White House and started walking around the streets right around the White House? Like all the Secret Service was getting everyone out of the way, and it was just so like, you know, like gangster, as they would say. It was so gangster. Like I couldn't get out of my mind. I thought it was like this is wow, this is incredible, right? It's like a movie. Him walking around, everybody just scattering, get out of my way type of thing. Then he held up that Bible, remember that? So in my dream, after that happened, I had a dream that we were walking like that on, that same type of streets that he was walking, and he took me to this Trump. I was walking next to Trump, and he took me to this area where there was a bunch of, I'm not sure what was in there actually, but I saw this incredible looking bicycle. Right? You know, it's the gayest story ever. But I saw this bicycle. I got on the bicycle and drove up into the air like E.T. Like Elvis Trump, E.T. You know, and E.T. was released on June 11th. But I went up like E.T. and I woke up. I woke up, but that was the last part of my dream. I don't remember anything after that. And so that was the stupidest dream ever. You know, don't ask me what that meant, right? But you could find something, to say about it. But so that was that. That was the only dream I had. Then what happened yesterday was, I'm telling you, folks, this is. Listen. I don't want to scare people, but what I saw in that. Okay, let me just say because the whole time I was having bad. I was sleeping not good the last two nights, and so I was not in a deep sleep, but I was in a sleep for sure. But I kept waking up, and then I would go back to sleep anyway. So I was sleeping, and all I remember, this only part of the dream that I remember, because I was dreaming for whatever amount of time I was dreaming. I knew it was just going nowhere. It was just chaos in the dream. And then all of a sudden, I turned to go like kind of up a hill, and then all of a sudden, either I heard a big noise or someone yelled out, "They just nuked us. They just bombed us, or they nuked us." And then all of a sudden, I see in the distance this. You know how they always show a nuke when it's blasting off like that? That's what it looked like. This giant blast off of eruption, and it was just going way up. And all of a sudden, you saw the mushroom cloud. And then I heard the noise, and it was coming closer and closer, and everything was blowing up in front of me. And I tried to turn to run, and then I woke up. That was it. And man, I never dreamed color. I don't remember ever dreaming color. But in that dream, I saw that fire color. So that was. But by the way, I don't believe in nukes. That's the crazy part. We don't in this channel. Most of us don't believe it. I'm sure there's some of you who believe it. Could I be wrong? I could, but I believe that what they do is they just have lots of explosives that they plant and make it look like it's a nuke. I'm saying like 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 a shipload, not SHIP, a ship load. Who knows how much, you know, uh, explosive they have waiting to ignite, or whatever they call it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you got to get out of Washington State before June 11th, man. And I was born in Beirut, Lebanon, and the biggest explosion we've ever seen happened in Beirut, Lebanon on August 4th. Now it's going to happen on June 11th. That was just a baby test run, whatever they did over there in Beirut, Lebanon on August 4th. Now you're going to see the real thing on June 11th. So June 11th is the Washington State event. Get out of Washington State before June 11th. All right? They're going to take a piece, they're going to take a chunk of that place out of there. Okay? And then Trump gets his head wound on August 4th. And he survives the deadly head wound. Any other questions? Anything you guys want to talk about? Like I said, I have tons of stuff I could show, but I can't show every single piece of the puzzle in each video, I just wanted to add this to what I was showing the last two videos that had to do with me predicting something might happen around Elvis's birthday, And by the way, I'm not like those other people, folks. People go back in 10 years, they'll say, oh, look, I talked about this 10 years ago. No, I'm not doing that. The only reason I'm doing what I'm doing right here is because I'm trying anything I can to get people to believe what I'm saying about this June 11th event, because I know it's going to happen. I just didn't know the year, okay? But it has to happen while Trump was relevant, He doesn't have how many more years does this dude really have, If he just went off and into the sunset and nothing, that means my predictions were nonsense, But that's why he's still around, because I told you it's going to happen. It's biblical. You're not going to stop it. You can't stop it. Nothing I could say or do is going to stop what's going to happen on June 11th. I have nothing to do with it happening. Just like 9/11 happened. None of us knew it, but it happened. We didn't make it happen, okay? It's going to happen because it's biblical. Anybody want to make comments? Make your comments under the comment section when the video's up. That way I can read it better, because right now my eyes, I can't even see a lot of the things you guys are writing. I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, the only thing I didn't know was the year. I never changed my predictions. It's the same predictions, 6/11 and August 4th. All right? I just didn't know the year. But like I said, I believe with all my heart and soul it's going to be this year. Especially considering the Super Bowl's at Levi's Stadium with Elvis connection. And who did I pick to go to the Super Bowl? Nobody gamble. Okay? Don't gamble. Gambling is bad. It's a horrible disease, because I have it. That's why I know. But I'm not gambling now, but I was an addicted gambler for 40 something years. Get away from it. So the only reason I brought that up because of the Levi Stadium. Levi's is Elvis, and the Super Bowl is at Levi's Stadium, I said Seattle or San Francisco, and possibly, but Seattle was my first choice, San Francisco was my second choice, and Denver was my third choice in that video, I'm saying. but I believe that it was Seattle. I put them at the top because that's, if you see the video, I was only talking about Seattle and San Francisco, and they're playing against each other next week. So obviously one of them is not going to go. You know. Yeah, it's next Saturday, the game. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know, man. There was somewhere I was going with what I was saying, but I forgot. All right, man. Just watch, like I said, I can't show everything in every video. There's so much, man. So much, incredible coincidences. That it's impossible to show every video. Yeah, all I know is that dream that I had, which I don't care about that dream stuff. All right. Uh, but what I was saying was, everyone, when they go back and they go, oh, I talked about this 10 years ago, and then they show a video from 10 years, and they do it like almost every week. Okay. I don't go back in 10 years and show you that I did a video explaining, because I've been talking about this Trump thing for 10 years now. I mean, Trump being the getting the head wound, I'm saying, and for Washington being struck. But I didn't have the dates till early 2017, late 2017, early 2018. The first time my predictions came around was in 2018, but with the dates, I'm saying. And the reason that I'm uh, talking about like something like a prediction happening, a predictive programming event, like I was just explaining the last few videos, that something might happen the last 2 days, like the last few days, and it did. Why that was important, and I'm talking about it, is because we're trying to help people get out of Washington State. I'm not trying to help people think I'm some prophet, because I don't care about that. We want to help people get out of Washington State, man. Nobody's listening. What do you want me to do? I can only do what I can do. It just wasn't meant for everyone to hear, you know. But we can still do our best to get the information out there. That's why I'm hoping that with this Super Bowl connection, that it might wake some people up. You know what I mean? When they see this, my Super Bowl, because I did that Super Bowl video before the season started. You guys know that, right? I did the video I started it was from June or something, the Super Bowl video. The season didn't start till September. Yeah. Anyway, so that's what I'm saying. That's the only reason that I would want to tell people, oh, look, look at what I said here. That's all. Not to say, oh, here, I told you so. No, because I've done that before and I've been wrong a few times. Like with with numerical dates or something. But my two predictions, those are Holy Spirit led. Those are not just me coming up trying to figure out stuff. No, that was literally from the Holy Spirit. Those two dates, okay, and the whole puzzle. So that is Holy Spirit led. But me trying to predict what they're doing on a daily basis, that's not what a God's servant is supposed to be able to figure out. How are we supposed to do that? We're only human. We're not God. There's no way to figure out every day what these people are going to do and think. God just gives you what you were meant to be given. You know what I mean? But he wants you to seek it out. Seek out the truth as much as you can. And sometimes you're going to get it wrong. But I know for a fact that my predictions are not wrong. I just didn't know the year. And why did God not reveal the year is because I needed to gain wisdom, because that's what the Bible says. Here is wisdom. Let him who hath understanding calculate the number of the beast. You have to get wisdom. How do you get wisdom? Through experience and time. And that's what happened. I was crawling when I first started. Then I started walking, and then I'm running, and now I'm at the finish line. All right? I hope you guys are grasping what I'm saying, because this is as serious can be. This is no joke. That's why I told all those content creators, I was rebuking all of them, because they're not warning the people to get out of Washington State. As a watchman, and they know about my channel. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about people who don't know of me. I'm talking about people who know of my channel and are not warning the viewers. Because I know there's lots of viewers who are from Washington State, or they have family in Washington State, and they're not warning them. You know? All right. I'm just reading what you guys are saying here. Trying. Yeah. It's sad. It really is. See, if I was just some fly-by-night channel who just came up all of a sudden and started making I had a vision, I had a dream, and this is what's going to happen. You get what I'm saying? I can understand why a content creator wouldn't take that seriously. Like, I have so many people telling me, get out of California, it's going to be destroyed. They've been saying that for 10 years to me. So what I'm trying to say is, but they have nothing to back it up. They're not doing videos. They're not showing 10 years of research. I'm literally showing you all the research that I've done on this. Explaining to you that it's from the Holy Spirit, and it's going to happen. You can't stop it. You know? See, I back it up. And I've stuck with the same dates, unlike these other people who change their dates and change the places and change the people every time. Oh, this one's the Antichrist. That one's the Antichrist. Oh, this is going to happen on this date, that date. You know, every time it's a different date. You know, my predictions have never changed. Same predictions every year. Same places, same people. Okay? That's when you know somebody's hearing from God. Not somebody who says, I'm hearing from God, then the next minute they change it. Now, you're going to see in my videos that every year how serious I am about the predictions. What did you want me to do? If I don't know the year, and it could have happened last year and the year before and the year before, did you want me to just sit there and say, don't worry about it. Just stay in Washington. It might happen, might not, right? Imagine if I said that and it happened. Would I be a watchman? Would God appreciate that I was doing that? No. God is giving you years of warning. Like Noah was warning the people. Years, man. And nobody's listening. They're still there. Even after everything that's happened. You know? Look at, with all the riots that happened over there and stuff, they still stayed. So what can I do? You know? If you can't get the message, then what can I tell you? I'm only one person. I can't do any more than I've done, you know. See, that's why I said those content creators who are not warning their viewers, God is going to punish them severely, folks. You don't understand. This is wicked for them to, because they know this is not no fly-by-night prediction that I'm making. This is 10 years of research. And, of course, my whole life has been made for this moment. Okay? This was my destiny. Okay? If you can't understand that with that Neo video, where I run into Neo, I mean, what else can I tell you, you know? you know, there's only so much, right, that I can do. All right, folks. God bless all of you. I'll talk to you tomorrow. You know, like I said, folks, you should warn those content creators. I'm telling you, because they're they're. I'm just telling you, they claim to be watchmen. You're held to a much higher standard. You know. Yeah. All right. All right, folks. God bless all of you. Jesus is God. I'll see you guys in 12 to 15 hours from now. All right. So make sure you watch this video from the beginning, and make sure you comment and thumb it up, folks. Look at the thumbs up. It's crazy. Thumb up the video and comment under the video. All right. You're not doing it for me. Doing it for the other viewers. All right. End the video. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning.